Namaste. Welcome to this practice to establish harmony between opposites. The mind and soul are very different, yet they are interdependent. When both sides are understood, brought into balance, and right relationship is established, they can coexist and cooperate to overcome conflict. Both the individual soul, the Ātman, and the universal soul, Paramatman, are present within our heart, but the difference is that the individual ego is attached to the fruits of its actions, or karma, causing suffering, whereas the universal soul merely observes the individual's actions as a witness. According to the sage Patanjali, the highest states of consciousness can only be achieved when harmony exists between the Ātman and the Paramatman. An attitude of selflessness is necessary to attain this perfect state of harmony, which is cultivated through the persistent practice of non-attachment. In our practice, please allow your breath to harmonize with your movements as you practice, and prevent the ego from dominating. This is a time to invoke a spirit of harmony, of peace. Sitting tall, lifting the crown of the head. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. And exhale, draw the navel in to strengthen in the core of the pelvis. Take complete breaths in and complete breaths out. Completing one breath before starting the next. Hatha yoga is sometimes interpreted as this harmony between solar and lunar energies. Patanjali describes the asana as being both steady and easeful. We'll harmonize, balance, and bring into relationship these two opposites, because non-duality is the ultimate objective that transcends the opposites, unites them so that they're both on the same team. Now, folding forward, walk the hands in front, bow over the hips. Bowing the ego so that there can be more harmony, more understanding. And lift back up. Lean back on your arms. Draw the shoulder blades in and lift up the chin. Lengthen through the front of the body without compromising or pinching in the back of the neck. And come back to the center and switch the feet. Bring the opposite foot in front and start to fold forward once again here. Taking your time, noticing maybe there's differences between left and right. Take your complete breaths in and complete breaths out. Lift back up to the center and rest hands on the knees, relax the shoulders, and tilt the left ear towards the left shoulder. Take 4 long breaths, waiting patiently for any knots to loosen. Breathing into that right shoulder. Gradually rise back to the center and switch to the second side, tilting the right ear towards the right shoulder. Still sitting tall, straight spine, just the neck tilting to the side. Breathing into that left side of the neck. Giving that muscle time to relax, loosen, let go. And then rise back to the center and we'll twist. Cross the right hand to the left knee and slowly turn, look over the left shoulder. 4 deep breaths. Thoughtful breath. Aware of your posture. Aware of what you're feeling in the different muscles in your back and shoulders, neck. Now we'll switch sides. Cross the left hand to the right knee and begin twisting, looking over the right shoulder. Feeling, experiencing, and witnessing what it is that's happening. This dynamic of the breath and the body, the mind and the spirit. The actor and the observer. Finding balance and harmony. Return to the center and we'll recline, lay on our backs. We're going to begin to draw one knee at a time into the chest, clasping around the shin with your hands. Exhale as you draw the knee close. And then inhale, release that side. And start the next side. Exhaling, knee to chest. Inhaling, straighten the leg, releasing. You're taking alternate sides, one breath at a time. No rush. Just feeling each part of that movement. Then release both legs out straight. Lengthen the legs, stretch the arms up over the shoulders, spread the fingers. Take that full body stretch in every muscle, the toes, the feet, the hands, the fingers. Good. And then interlace the hands behind the head. Walk the heels to the right. And then inch the shoulders to the right a little bit at a time, so you create a C curve in the back. Breathe along that left side of the waist, ribs, from the tips of the toes to the point of the elbow. Then we'll return to the center line, walking the heels back to the center, shoulders to the center. Rebalance the breath. And then again, going to the second side, walk the heels to the left, inch the shoulders to the left. So the backs of the shoulder blades are flat, the hips are flat on the floor. And you have time to feel what that right side of the body is experiencing. Now we'll return to the center line. And lift the right leg to the sky, hold the back of the thigh, or put a strap over the arch of the right foot. Inhale, adjust the shoulders so they're flat on the mat. And exhale, straighten the right knee to feel the stretch in that hamstring. Use that lunar energy to be aware and sensitive as you inhale, to be more steady and active on the exhale. Alright, and lower the right leg down and rest for a breath there. Other side, we'll lift the left leg, hold the back of the left thigh, or use a strap over the foot. Inhale, adjust the shoulders, the back, and exhale, feel the stretch as you straighten the knee, press up through the ball mound of the foot. Don't rush the breath. Now let that left leg float down to the mat. Next is a spinal twist. So please lift the right knee, press the right foot down, and swing the hips to the right side so that you can roll over onto that outer left hip and cross the right knee to your left hand. The right arm opening the opposite direction and gazing over that right palm. Inhale, lengthen the spine, straighten the bottom leg, and on the exhale, gradually twist with awareness, in harmony with the breath, and right relationship between mind and body. Then rest again onto your flat back. Straighten the right leg. Press the left foot down, swing the hips to the left, and begin to cross that left knee over to your right hand, twisting the hips and looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twisting with awareness. Sensitivity. Not just doing the pose, but feeling, observing, witnessing it. How is it beneficial? How do you need to fine-tune it to optimize that well-being? Now, going back onto your spine. Walk both heels in towards the sitting bones so that we can lift and lower the hips. Flowing bridge. On the inhale, lift the sides of the hips up. And on the exhale, lower the buttocks softly back down. And just repeat that at your pace. If your shoulders begin to slide back, you may have to walk the heels up a little more each time. The arms can stay by your side or lift up and over the head with each inhale and lower back by your side on the exhale. And that's optional. Modify poses as your body dictates, suggests strongly. And then we're resting back to the mat, coming around onto our chest. So flip over onto your chest, prone position, face down. And begin in crocodile pose, Makarasana, by folding the forearms, stacking the forearms on top of one another, which creates a little cushion for your forehead to rest. Turn the toes out towards the edges, side edges of the mat. And keep some downward pressure through the elbows so that the shoulders don't sink in and collapse around the back of the neck. So keep that fullness in the back of the neck. The forehead can press down, the elbows can press down. And the floor is providing resistance to that expansion of the belly as you inhale. So feel where that expansion is translated into the floating ribs and the back ribs. So there's more awareness into the back of the rib cage as we breathe in this position. And we're transitioning into our Sphinx pose. just by turning the forearms parallel, bringing the legs parallel, and hugging the legs to the midline, drawing the shoulder blades down, and lengthening through the chest. So pointing the toes back, lengthen the tailbone to the back of the mat, stretch the heart and the crown forward. And keep that downward pressure through the hips and pelvis. There you go. Now, and rest chin back to the mat. You're going to bend the right knee out 90 degrees to the side. And still keeping the pelvis facing downward. Bring hands under the shoulders and slowly roll up into a little baby cobra. And if it's comfortable, look over your right shoulder, twisting. And then rest back to the center with the right leg straight. Switch to the other side, bend the left knee out 90 degrees. Keep pressing down through that left side of the hip and curl the head and shoulders up just a little bit. Baby cobra. If it's all right, look over the left shoulder. Very nice. Release to straight legs. And come up to kneeling into table pose. On the exhalation, round the back like an angry cat. And on the inhalation, arch the spine like a sway back cow. Flex and extend through each vertebrae. Sensing that flow from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Keep your hands and fingers pressing strongly into the mat. Structural integrity in the shoulders, hugging the shoulders, arms to the midline. And rest in child's pose, sitting back to the heels and lowering the forehead down. It may be resting on the back of the hands or a block, or you may be stretching the spine by pressing the palms forward and sending the hips back towards the heels. Pulse with the breath. Harmonize between the breath and the body. And lift back to table pose. And we're going to do one leg extensions. So inhale, lengthen through right leg, and exhale, tuck the right knee into the chest, rounding the back, and repeat 3 more times. Inhale, extend, and exhale, contract. When you're finished, rest both knees. And then we'll switch to the other leg. Inhale, extend the opposite leg. And exhale, tuck it in, round the spine. Just smoothly flow with your breath. Harmonizing the movement with the breath. is a style of yoga called vinyasa krama. Now resting the knees and widening the knees hip distance apart. Then start walking the hands forward into puppy dog pose, anahata asana, scooping the chest in towards the thighs, but still maintaining that downward pressure through the finger pads so the shoulders are lifted and widening. And releasing, walk the hands back under the shoulders. And we'll do a twisting child pose. Taking the right arm, thread it underneath, and bring the right shoulder, right side of the head to the mat. And just play with the pose as you breathe. To stretch a little deeper on the exhale. Relax on the inhale. And release and lift up the right shoulder. Switch sides after a breath. Take the left arm, thread it underneath, and tuck the left shoulder under. And playing a little with your pose, stretching farther on the exhale, backing off on the inhale. Sort of a dynamic equilibrium. And release and lift that left shoulder back up. Pause for a few breaths. And we go on to a low lunge. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Maybe you want a set of blocks for your hands for these lunges. Fine. Move the left knee back so you're feeling a stretch in that left hip flexor. On the inhale, we're lifting the chest and the head, and bending the front knee. And on the exhale, begin to straighten the front knee, fold forward, lift the toes. So we're rocking back and forth. Inhale, rock it forward, and exhale, fold back. Good, you're doing great. Harmonizing the movement with the breath. And then you're ready, pause and switch sides. And the right foot back and the left foot forward. Okay. So we move the right knee back. So we get that good stretch. And when you're ready, start to flow with your breath. Folding, straightening the knee as you exhale. And lifting up, bend the knee on the inhale. Just gentle, flowing movement. Slow and steady. and into rest, and step back to table pose. All right. Curl the toes under for downward dog. Lift up the knees and press the hips back. And take 2 more breaths. And release the knees down. And begin to move this right knee forward behind the right wrist. Turn the knee out at an angle. So we go down into pigeon pose. Folding forward to the elbows or the forehead. Inhale, see yourself as though you were viewing yourself from above and observing good alignment, balance. Exhale, engage actively, hugging into the midline. Easefully observe on the inhale. Actively engage on the exhale. Now we'll switch sides, so lift up and step back with the right foot. You can walk the knees and walking the dog a little if that feels right. When you're ready, bring the left knee forward behind the left wrist. Turn the knee out at an angle. Walk the right knee back as you begin to lower forward over this left hip. Inhale, align, lengthen, grow spacious enough to see yourself, observe yourself, witness. Exhale, do your best to engage core strength. And slowly release up to table pose. And if you like having block or bolster for support for hero pose, put those into position so you can sit down on something while still being able to breathe calmly. Good. Great posture. Good. So a nice plumb line from the crown of the head down to the sitting bones. The shoulders up and back. Navel in. Harmony between doing a pose and feeling a pose. And please rise to standing position want to have support for your hands in the forward fold. And folding here over the hips. Inhale, soften the knees. And exhale, straighten the legs, fold a little deeper. Now inhale, lift up halfway, hands to the knees, and we're going to start twisting from side to side. Turn shoulders, look over, inhale to the center, and exhale, twist to the second side. And then back once more to the center. Just glide the hips from side to side, straightening one knee at a time. You can keep hands on the knees or reach down to the floor if that's available. And release to the center, lift up to stand. Oh, I missed something. Okay, I guess we're going to sit down and have...
Perfect the way it was.
Whatever
we missed, we didn't need it.
We didn't need it, right. We're in a seated forward fold. Move the sitting bones back, draw the lower back in, and stay active here in the legs so the heels can pull in towards the sitting bones, helping you sit up tall. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Backing off on the inhale to observe more impartially what's happening without attachment. Folding on the exhale. So, the Ātman, observing without attachment to the fruits of the actions. The Ātman, our sense of self, me, the I maker. And release, lifting up to a straight back. And bend the right knee, turning it out to the side. And fold over the left hip. Head to knee pose, or Janu Shirshasana. Observing on the inhale, how can I fine-tune my alignment, make more progress on the exhale. Creating harmony between doing the pose and being aware, observing, and witnessing. Begin to rest and release that side. Come to center, balance for a breath. And then switch to the second leg, bend the left knee to the side. And hug the legs to the midline. Draw the lower back in. Feel balanced, steady, and easeful as you fold over this right hip. Ease up on the inhale. Observe what you're feeling. Strengthen on the exhale. Fold to your full potential without strain, but just a nice juicy stretch. Taking complete breaths. The solar exhalation, more active. The lunar inhalation, more passive, receptive, sensitive. And start to soften, lift up, and release, so that we can widen the legs, or wide ankle, fold. And once again, I'm lifting up the hips and sliding forward onto the front edge of the sitting bones, and maintaining active muscular energy in the legs to lift the knees, thigh bones up into the hip sockets. Inhale, create length, space, and on the exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, bow forward, pulsing with the breath up on the inhale, down on the exhale. Very nice, gentle stretch. Calm and breath. And deep stretching as you exhale. One full breath, deep as you want to go. And we'll rise back to straight back. Help the knees lift back up. And place the soles of the feet together. I'm going to turn once more to the length of the mat to recline with the knees bent, feet together at a bound angle. Notice the back arching a little as you inhale, and the lower back lengthening as you exhale, maybe feeling more stretch in the thighs. And you can add to that stretch with your palms, pushing a little bit on the exhale as the muscles resist that. Backing off on the inhale. Now bring the knees back up and cross the right ankle over the left knee. So the right knee is opening to the side. You can keep the left foot down or go deeper with the right arm threading through the legs, clasping hands around the left thigh, and then drawing the left knee in towards your chest. Letting your arms lengthen and relax on the inhale, and slowly tightening the arms on the exhale until you're feeling a healthy stretch in that right hip. And rest the feet back to the mat and switch sides. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Open the left knee to the side. That may feel enough, or you might choose to draw the right knee in towards your chest, pulling the back of the thigh closer as you exhale. Letting the arms relax on the inhale. Hold wherever's comfortable. Take complete breaths, harmonizing the inhale and the exhale. And rest the feet back to the mat. And we have just the happy baby pose. Bring the knees up and in towards the armpits while holding the ankles or the feet. And allowing your head to move back to rock, whatever movement intuitively feels right in your back. And when you're happy, baby's happy, you can relax down onto the floor with your legs stretched out and arms by your side for Shavasana. And prepare yourself by covering with more blankets, dimming lights. Or any final stretches your body craves. And make your body as comfortable as possible. Take up all the space you could possibly want. And when you're satisfied, every part of your body's where it wants to be, just let it lay there and rest. And feel the gravity begin to connect you to the earth. Feeling all the parts of your body touching the earth. And softening those parts of the body so they can melt a little deeper into the earth. The back of the head, softening into the mat. The back of the shoulders and arms, softening, melting deeper into the floor. The spine and back. And the back of the hips, buttocks. The floor is holding you now, so you don't have to. You can let those muscles in your back, buttocks soften. And the backs of the legs resting deeper into the mat. As you relax those muscles, let them rest and let go. The back of your body softening into the mat. The breath filling the front of the body, making it lighter, more easeful, more expansive. Releasing any tension or knots so the breath can unwind, unravel, and loosen up those tight spots. The breath is breathing for you. You don't even have to think about it. You can just observe it and witness that breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. Inhaling, you nourish your body, bringing vitality, health, thriving. Exhaling, letting go of any unnecessary tension, tightness, or gripping. Steady and easeful. The breath is steady with regular inhalation, filling the lungs, and even exhalation, waiting until one breath is finished before starting the next. please start to deepen your breath and awaken your muscles, wiggling the fingers or the toes, or just generally rolling over to your side, waiting for the mind to be here and now, awake and alert, so that you can come up to a sitting position. Everyone, perfect harmony, like ebony and ivory, together on my keyboard. In perfect harmony. Why can't we? Namaste.